For those of you who don't know, I'm Maggie, and today I am so excited to share with you my gift guide for the traveler. Now, we're gonna touch on things for him and things for her. I will say this probably leans a little bit more heavy for the her because that's me. I did try to present options that are good for both as well. Would it even be a travel gift guide if I did not mention my beloved away luggage? I feel like honestly my away luggage reviews are how a lot of you found me, so it's no surprise at all that I'm mentioning this in the video today. Now I want to recommend to you the bigger carry-on specifically. They do offer other sizes. They offer one that's a little bit smaller and two that are a little bit bigger, but for me, I feel like the bigger carry-on is definitely the most versatile. You can pack for a weekend in it, or you can pack for like 2 weeks in it. And if you're curious about how I did that, I actually have several packing videos and I have an entire size comparison video for you that you can definitely check out later. But in general, the luggage is just so efficient. And I think that's what I love most about it. I love that it unzips right down the middle so that when you open it up, you have equal capacity on either side. I typically like to put my clothes on the side of the luggage that has the sleeve that flips over and buckles and compresses down. I feel like that's the easiest way for me to really squish as much as humanly possible clothes-wise into that side of the suitcase. The other zippered compartment on the opposite side of the suitcase, I typically reserve for all other things. So my toiletry bag, any hair tools I may be bringing, my shoes. But the coolest feature about away luggage, which I think we can all agree, is that the carry-on sizes of their luggage come with a removable portable battery. So you always have this with you when you're traveling. This is so handy to have with you, especially when you're traveling internationally and you don't want to have your like compatible little plugs and everything handy in your carry-on. Phone charger and everything will plug directly into this. So if you can't find a wall charger or there's not enough space to charge in the airport, this is always just a good safety net to have in your back pocket. Another great feature that their luggage offers is a laundry bag. This is just nice if you don't wear all of the clothes that you packed. If you're a chronic overpacker, you don't have to wash absolutely everything when you get back from your trip because you can put all of your dirty clothes into a little zippered bag that kind of rolls nicely and tucks into a zippered compartment in the suitcase itself. It also has a 4-wheel rolling design. It has a built-in lock. I've never wanted a different suitcase since I've had this. These are tried and true and their customer service is incredible. These pieces of luggage have a lifetime warranty. So recently we went to Hawaii and one of the wheels on my medium-sized luggage got damaged. I took pictures of the damage, I sent them an email, and then they immediately mailed me a new piece of luggage, and then they told me to put my old piece of luggage in the box to send back to them. So I didn't have to figure out how to properly dispose of it. They were able to either recycle it or fix it. I have my bigger carry-on in the color Sky, and I don't think that they sell this color anymore, but I would recommend the color Coast. And honestly, it's kind of what I wish I had in my bigger carry-on because it's a bit darker. It's a really pretty kind of moody blue color. It's what I have my medium-sized luggage in. And I think it doesn't show as many scratches. So I would definitely go on the darker end of these suitcase colors if you don't want it to look kind of like dirty over time. But they do wipe away really easily with a magic eraser. I really can't say enough good things about away luggage. The next item I can't physically show you because it's actually en route to my house right now. And these are these little travel capsules is what they call them, from a brand called Cadence. And this was founded by a girl who traveled a ton, and she just found a need to have reusable bottles that were functional and that you were able to get every last drop of your product out of, and that weren't just made of like flimsy BPA laden plastic. And so she came up with these little magnetic capsules. So they are magnetized to each other, but then also when you take the top off, you can just kind of magnet the top to the actual container itself, so you're not dropping it on your hotel floor where it's all gross and questionable. And they just seem like a really cool and smart design. And they have all of these different sets that you can buy. I did a build your own set of 6, and you can choose your colors for all of them, and you can already get them pre-labeled. Now I'm somebody that doesn't like to be bound to putting only specific things into my containers, so I opted to go for ones that don't have any labels, and I got them all in a variety of colors so that I know one color equals shampoo or one color equals conditioner, but those things can change over time. But I also love that they say you could put jewelry in these, and you could put your vitamins or any medications that you take and travel with. It just got me thinking about the different ways that these could be super useful. Now they don't have any harsh edges, so legitimately you can scrape like every last drop of your product out of the bottles, which is a huge pain point for me because that's why I don't put my moisturizers or anything into little travel bottles, because I feel like I'm wasting so much product. This completely solves that issue. And I just think this would be awesome. They're really unique. You can get them customized with a color that you think your recipient might like. And if there's somebody that travels often, they'll totally find a use for these. And while we're talking about toiletries, we're just gonna stick with all of the items that I have here that relate to toiletries that I think would be great to hold the little Cadence capsules that we just talked about. The first thing is this CalPack Mini Clear Cosmetics case. Again, I've done an entire video packing this little guy. This thing looks teeny tiny, but it actually has a very impressive capacity. You open it up, and much like the Away luggage, it's an equal capacity on both sides, and it's completely clear. So you don't have to like root around in the bag trying to figure out where something is, because you can see it from all sides and you know exactly what you have. So I typically pack my makeup on one side and then my other toiletries, I guess, on this side. I honestly think that the mini one is a lot more useful than the large one. They don't have an in-between size, and I don't understand why, because I think that the medium would actually be perfect to hold like all of your makeup brushes and absolutely everything you need toiletry wise. With the options that they have a super large one or they have the small one, and this one seriously has more capacity than you would think. So if you were in the market for some sort of like clear toiletry bag to travel with, this one wipes down clean super easily. It's $65, so it's not super inexpensive, but I do think that it's high quality and you definitely get what you pay for with this. For the guy in your life, I think that this one's a great option. This is Brian's Dopp Kit that I actually gave him for Christmas a couple of years ago. And there's nothing super like crazy about this. It doesn't have a ton of pockets. It basically is just one deep pocket and then one side mesh pocket. But it definitely has more room than he could ever need for all of his products. But it also has this little outside pocket here that you could put a brush or a comb or whatever in. This also comes in a variety of colors. They have black, they have these two-toned ones. He has the navy. There are other Herschel products that haven't held up as well as this, and I do think that their Dopp Kit is one of the better options on their website as far as quality is concerned. But you could also go above and beyond. Instead of giving your recipient just the bag, think about going ahead and putting maybe those little Cadence capsules in there with it, or maybe you could get them other travel toiletries, or maybe a first aid kit or something that they could use on their next travels along with the bag. Another super cool little travel gadget is this little makeup brush holder. Now, I used to have a roll, and it came with very specific brushes that fit perfectly in there. Long story short, those brushes were really awful, and so I got rid of them and then realized that the other brushes wouldn't actually fit into the holder slots. In the meantime, I've been using just like a wash rag, and I would lay all my brushes in there and roll it up and just stick it in another bag. And that's why I decided to spend the $8 and buy this one off of Amazon. It's this really pretty kind of rose gold color, but they also have a black and like a white marble. And I love that on the inside, you can see here, it holds your makeup brushes. Now, some of mine are in the little elastics, as you can see here on the side, but others I just kind of placed in the middle and they're staying put. But you could also add any other tall things, like maybe your toothbrush or maybe some extra lipsticks or something could also fit in here if you don't require that many makeup brushes. And this could also be a really cool bag just to live in somebody's purse if they wanted to bring like hand sanitizer or extra cash or something. Like, this doesn't only have to be used for makeup brushes, but it is super handy for that. The one thing that I do love about it is that when you zip it closed, it actually compresses everything. So it becomes super thin, and you saw how many makeup brushes that I had inside. So when you unzip it, it actually creates this little stand. So this can be freestanding on your bathroom counter in your hotel room. If you want to access your brushes better, it has this kind of, I don't know, foldable top. So you can just fold that down, and then it's just like you have your little makeup brush cup at home. So I was very impressed by this. It had great reviews. It seems to hold up well. And it also is kind of that slick material that I feel like you could easily wipe down with a Clorox wipe or something after each trip, just to, I don't know, get the extra germs and bacteria off. And maybe even some of the like makeup that transfers from your brush onto the inside, because this is just kind of like a plasticky material. It's not a fabric that's just gonna look like your blush or your bronzer after a couple of years. This little kit, I think, is perfect for the traveler in your life. This I actually got sent to me from Octoly, which is a website where you can go in and you can kind of browse what they have available in their shop, and then they send you products for free for review purposes. I ended up picking out this product because I've used all of these items before, and I thought that this was an incredible value and perfect for the traveler. Stick with me because I know you're probably like, what? This comes with 5 items. You get a face cleanser, you get their Ultra Repair Moisturizer, you get an eye cream, you get their little facial radiance pads, which are probably my favorite product from the First Aid Beauty line. And then you also get this Bump Eraser Body Scrub. And you get 2 full-size products, which is the moisturizer here and the eye cream here, and 3 travel size products. And this is why I bring this up in the gift guide for the traveler, because this face cleanser is good for so many skin types. Like, you don't have to worry about this stuff reacting poorly with people's skin. So I love traveling with this cleanser. This is a great kind of deluxe travel size that still fits within the TSA limits. Also, even though this eye cream is full size, it's a teeny tiny little pot that will take forever to go through. So they can use this for many trips to come. And I thought that this was a great thing to have with you, especially after you get off a plane and you maybe didn't sleep all that well and you just want to refresh, because this, I swear, is the perfect dupe for this Origins eye cream that also has this illuminating quality. This does the exact same thing. Sometimes when you travel, your skin can get irritated or super dry from being in the airplane for a lot, and you may get some bumps. And I think that if they struggle with having sensitive skin, this is a super great body scrub. This is definitely not a selling point for me in this kit. This is just kind of an added bonus. This, I love the teeny tiny little tin that this comes with. These are the facial radiance pads, hands down my favorite First Aid Beauty product, because I notice a real difference in my skin when I'm using them. And they're these pre-saturated little cotton rounds that you just wipe on your face. You can use them morning or night. And this is really good for when you have flare-ups or something when you travel. I will oftentimes end up with some sort of zit or something when we're on the road, just because you're eating differently, your skin's getting exposed to different things. And I always like to travel with some sort of exfoliant. And oftentimes my Paula's Choice one that's really big is kind of cumbersome to travel with. So this is a great alternative. And if you ever rebuy the full size, you could just refill this little container. And this would also be a really great like hand cream container or something that you could recycle and use later on. And you get this full size of the Ultra Repair Cream. Now, I would not encourage you to travel with this because I'm pretty sure you can't. Yeah, it's 6 ounces. But you get a ton of product in this one jug, and I think that this would be the perfect thing to fill up your little Cadence capsules with and travel with facial moisturizer. I feel like for $49, this is an incredible value and is great for all skin types and people who like to hit the road. All right, the last kind of cosmetics related thing that we're gonna hit on, any sort of additional cosmetics bag. So this is one that I have from Rifle Paper Company that I got as a gift. It's 2-sided, and this typically fits anything else that won't fit in that mini clear case. So think hairbrush, toothbrush, retainer, all of the like kind of clunkier items, and my makeup brushes all fit down into this bag so that I'm not bringing just like tons of different bags of toiletries. But I also love traveling with a little pouch like this, because if you're going to go on a hike or something like that, you could throw anything that you may need into a little bag and stick it in your backpack. And so it just becomes kind of a dual purpose bag on the road. If you wanted to maybe personalize this a little bit, look for a cosmetics bag that you could get their monogram or their initials or something on that can make it personalized to them. You could make sure it's a really high quality bag that they could use for years and years. How cute would it be if you got them this little set and filled it up in one of these like personalized bags for them? That could be really cute. So once you've packed everything up, it's time for you to get on the airplane. I wanted to mention a couple of accessories that I absolutely never travel without. And one of those is my Bose over-the-ear headphones. I have talked about these in probably every gift guide I've ever done, so I'm sorry for the repeat, but I can't go without mentioning these in a travel video because these are always with me on an airplane. I love that these go completely over your ears, and while these aren't 100% noise canceling like some in the Bose line, these are noise canceling enough. So you know that like kind of annoying hum of the airplane? This completely gets rid of that and just has an incredible sound quality while you're watching a movie or whatever. And you don't even have to travel with some sort of additional tablet or anything like that, because oftentimes planes these days have like a little TV on the back of the seat, and you may want to watch some of the in-flight movies available to you. So it comes with this little cord that you plug one side into the headphones themselves and then one side into the TV on the back of the headrest. And you can watch your in-flight movies on these really nice headphones, and you don't have to get the little headphones that they pass out and make you pay like $8 for on an airplane. I just think that these are multi-use. You can also charge these with the Away Luggage battery because it also comes with a USB charger. So for me, this is just, I don't know. I was telling Brian the other day, I think this is my favorite gift besides my engagement ring that he's ever given me. I've had mine for probably 5 years at this point, and they are still holding up so well. The sound quality is still great. You really, really can't go wrong with these. And I think it would bring like the shock factor because these are so nice. But maybe you don't want to travel with something that bulky, or maybe you travel for work a lot and you want to kind of go from like phone call to music to everything without it being kind of ridiculous. While those Bose headphones can answer phone calls and everything, I would encourage you to look into AirPods, specifically the AirPod Pros. I actually gave these to Brian for his birthday this year, and he was very impressed by the noise cancellation feature of these. Now, I say the Pros specifically because when you're on an airplane, you do kind of want to cancel out some of the noise of maybe a noisy neighbor or again, that hum of the airplane. This has a noise cancellation feature that can be turned on and off, and it's something that's really slim and easy to just slip in your pocket when you're fumbling with your phone, trying to board the plane. This is just a really easy thing to tote around. So if you have somebody that travels a lot for work, maybe they're doing that more these days, or even somebody that maybe commutes a lot, this could be a really good option. All right, the next item for use while you're on the plane is definitely my Kindle. I cannot leave the house without this if I'm going on a trip because I love to read on an airplane. And I'll even put my little noise canceling headphones on and read without any sound or anything because it does do such a good job of just like drowning out that ambient noise. And this is kind of a two-in-one because I want to tell you about this sleeve that I got for it and the actual Kindle itself. I have the Kindle Paperwhite and I have mine in the sage green color. And because I got it in the sage green, I didn't want to get a case for it. But I just loved how easy this was to handle without a case. It's so lightweight. But this will still protect it from getting scratched or bent or dented or anything if it's in my backpack. This is kind of pricey, but this has completely transformed the way that I read. I don't really buy physical copies of books anymore, and I just have my Kindle linked to the Libby app, which is in partnership with my local library. So you're able to rent ebooks from your local library directly to your Kindle, which makes it so easy and so inexpensive for a ton of free entertainment. And these devices don't have the most advanced technology ever, so they will last forever. I had my last Kindle for 10 years before I upgraded to this one. So know that it is well worth the investment, especially for an avid reader in your life. And then also as far as the case goes, this was just a simple little light blue case that I picked out. I want to say this was somewhere around the $16 price point, and they offered this specific one in 4 different colors. I just thought that this was an awesome alternative to an actual case that lives on the device, and this simply slips in like this and then it just magnets down. So super thin and easy to fit in any sort of backpack that you may be traveling with. Which leads me to backpacks. And this one happens to be my ultimate favorite at the moment. I got this in 2020, so about a year ago-ish, and have used this so much and gotten so many compliments. And this is the Kaya laptop bag from Calpac. I've mentioned this in several videos before, but if you've never heard me talk about it, I do want to highlight some of its best features. One, it's beautiful. So it looks a little bit more sophisticated, like you're not just traveling with like a school backpack, you know? And this would be great if I was still going into the office, which was the original reason why I got this backpack, was to use it as a work backpack. But now I work like 100% from home, so it's kind of a moot point. But I love the gold zippers and I love this little stitching detail. And on the back, it has this great sleeve that slips right onto the handles of your rolling suitcase. So if you don't want to carry this on your back, or maybe you have like a thick jacket on or something and it's kind of cumbersome, this easily can just sit on your luggage and you can roll it all around together. And while it looks kind of small, the inside is actually very roomy. The zippers unzip almost all the way to the bottom, so it makes it really easy to open up your backpack and find everything that you need. And I'll typically slip my Kindle or something in this pocket just so that I know it's safe and sound. It offers these 2 pockets down here, as you can see. It has this inside zipper pocket, which is where you could keep things that are a little bit more valuable, maybe your passport or a wallet. In the back here, it has a separate zippered compartment for your laptop. So you can just slide your laptop into this pocket, This snaps down, and then you also have ample space to store additional other flat things like maybe books or magazines that you may be bringing along. And I love that when you get to your destination, you can use this backpack for any sort of adventures that you may be taking. But the other thing that I love about this is that because it's kind of this square design, it allows other purses and things to fit down nicely into your backpack, which is actually my next suggestion, is to get your recipient some sort of small purse if they don't have one already. Don't want to waste that valuable carry-on allowance on a teeny tiny bag like this. So what I typically like to do is take a small bag like this, and I take the long straps, always a crossbody, because I feel like you just want a crossbody when you're traveling because it keeps it safe and near your body. And it also just allows you to wear it in different ways to kind of spice things up. I put the little straps inside of the bag itself, and then I just nestle it at the very bottom of the backpack. And as you can see, it's like virtually undetectable in here. I still have plenty of space to pack things on top of the purse. It's just an easy way to travel with a little purse and a backpack all in one. I think that this is a really fair price point for how nice this backpack is. If I'm not mistaken, this retails for something like $110-ish. All right, the next couple of items are definitely smaller, and one that I would recommend is some sort of beanie. Now, our favorite ones in our family come from Herschel, and I got a bunch of these colors that are great for guys and girls. So Brian and I actually share all of these. We keep these by the door so that when we're walking our dog Nash, as you can see, when it's really cold in the morning, we can just pick one up. But having these kind of neutral color pops are great when you travel if you're trying to travel with more of a neutral wardrobe. So something fun like this rust color can add a little bit of pizzazz to your winter outfits when you're traveling. And this can obviously be used not only on trips, but like in your normal life too. Now, I love traveling with beanies in the winter, especially if you're having a really bad hair day or something. This is a really easy way to just add an accessory to your outfit and cover up the bad hair day. These retail for something like $20 a piece, and we just got all the neutral colors that we liked. So we got these from Urban Outfitters, but you can also get these on the Herschel website, which is the same brand as that Dopp Kit. And maybe this would be a cute thing to kind of pair together, is to get them a Herschel Dopp Kit and a Herschel beanie. Brian loves these things. Anybody traveling to a cold place needs a beanie. But if you're looking for something small, you're not quite sure what to get your recipient because maybe they have all of the travel accessories that they need, I feel like you can never go wrong with some sort of Airbnb gift card. Or you can even get a gift card to an airline. I have these handy, which is kind of strange because we actually put Airbnb and airline gift cards on our wedding registry. Because we got married kind of later, we had already lived on our own, we had a lot of stuff, and people still want to get you a gift when you get married, regardless of if you have things or not. So we opted to put some of these gift cards on our registry, and they're so helpful because we love to travel as a couple, and this is something that allows you the freedom to pick out the place where you want to go and exactly where you want to stay. Oftentimes where you stay can be the most expensive part of travel. So that's why I feel like an Airbnb gift card or a Southwest gift card or American gift card or Delta, whatever airline they typically like to fly, is a really no-fail gift. This could also be a stocking stuffer if you wanted to take the denomination down a little bit and make it just a little happy. I know that I would be thrilled to receive something like this. Another option is something that is a little less like overtly travel related, and it's this phone case. So I actually got this from Casetify. To me, it looks kind of like a plane ticket or a boarding pass or something from days of old when we would print those out. I got the Dallas one specifically because that's where I'm from, and I love that it has the little airport code of DFW, and then you can also go so far as to customize it. So mine has my first and last name on it, so it's a completely custom case and makes it look even more like a boarding pass that I would be presenting to get onto the plane. But they have a ton of other cities from around the world. So if your recipient lives in Chicago or in Honolulu or something, you could get that on here as well. I really wanted a Maui one, but they didn't have that. But they do have Honolulu, in case you were curious. So again, this comes from Casetify, and these cases are very sturdy. They definitely hold up. They have all of these different videos on their website about the drop test and protection that these cases offer. And another thing that I love about this company in particular is that they make their cases from previously recycled phone cases. They have an entire phone case recycling program that you can take part in. So that's just an added bonus. But it's definitely a cool personalized gift to get for the traveler in your life. It's not a repeat of items that they may own. All right, the last item we're going to talk about today is one that I can't physically hold, and that is a Lightroom preset kit. More likely than not, you're probably taking a ton of pictures. You want to remember the trip. The place you're going to is probably beautiful. You just want to capture it all. And I feel like with social media being as prevalent as it is, you know, it doesn't really count that you traveled there if you didn't take a picture of it. And so if you want your recipient to have like great high quality photos, consider getting them some sort of preset kit. So you're probably wondering what a preset is if you're not super into photography. And a ton of influencers and things have these presets with Lightroom, which is an Adobe photo editing software. It makes editing your photos so easy and it makes them look super professional. So I'll put some before and after pictures that I've personally edited with a couple of presets that I have, just to show you the difference in quality and how it truly can kind of bring your pictures to life. But my favorites happen to come from the Blonde Abroad. She's one of my favorite travel bloggers, and she has a great preset kit that I think is called like the Essentials, or maybe I have multiples of hers. But presets can be pretty expensive, and so I think that this would be an awesome thing to receive as a gift, especially in a year where we're worried about shipping times and things showing up in time for Christmas. And this is something that you just download and it's given to you immediately. It comes with instructions about how to install it on your phone, and you can use these to edit any picture on your camera roll, not just the ones where you're traveling. But I do think having those high quality pictures from your trip to remember for years to come is kind of a great like creative gift. So trying to think beyond just your typical bags and organization tips and things like that. I'm sad it's over. I've been really thinking about this gift guide for a long time. My voice is aching because this is the second video that I filmed today, but I am so excited about this list of items. If you have questions about anything that I mentioned today, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I typically respond back to everybody who comments on my videos, and I'm happy to help you out. And again, as a reminder, everything that I mentioned in this video is living in the description box for you right now. Direct links to everything that I mentioned, and I have a whole playlist of gift guides if you just want to get caught up and get all of your shopping done early. If you like this video, then like it. Stick around, subscribe, join the community, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.